Hi there, welcome to Yes Yoga Stories, and I'm Trupti. So today is the first Monday of the month of Shravan, which is a very holy month, and I will tell you the significance of this month, the Mondays and the Tuesdays, and the story behind it, and its connection to sustainability. So Sanatana Dharma, actually, if you go into the DNA, the crux of it is sustainability, is living in harmony with the nature. So, I mean, we as Hindus should always think, I mean, Greta Thunberg talks about how dare you, but actually, this is really in our tradition, and I think most of the old civilizations lived in harmony with the nature, because the nature is the one that gives us all ideas and uh, everything related to innovation. Because for example, Newton, he when he saw the apple falling, he thought of the gravitational force, and he came up with the Newton's laws of motion, etc. And Einstein, everyone has been inspired by nature to get into to come up with algorithms and laws, etc. So that's it. So I'll start off by singing the Shiva Panchakshara Stotram, which is a composition by Bhagavad Adi Shankaracharya. Shiva Panch Akshara. So Pancha is five, Akshara is letters. So the Shiva Panchakshara Stotram signifies the five-letter stotra, which is the Om Namah Shivaya. So Na Ma Shivaya is the Panchakshara Stotram. And what is the connection of this stotra? What has it got to do with the nature? Basically, it represents the five elements of nature. Five elements are: Na represents earth, Ma represents water, Shi represents fire, Va represents pranic air, so the life force, and represents ether or sky or akasha. Om Namah Shivaya means all salutations to the auspicious one, or adoration to Lord Shiva, or oneness of the five elements, or the universal consciousness is one. And the reason behind celebrating the month of Shravan, or the rainy season or monsoon, as the holy month is because Shiva, when there was the Samudra Manthan, or the churning of the ocean, there was this hala hala which came, which is the poison. And to save the humans from this poison, which would have otherwise flown over everyone, Shiva took this hala, the poison, and he drank it. So basically, he held it in his throat, and that's why it's his throat became blue, and he's also called Nilakanta. So as a thanks, we fast on Mondays in the month of Shravan, and we also fast on Tuesdays in the month of Shravan as a thanks to his wife Gauri, who's the Shakti, or Parvati. uh, yes, so that's about it. And why, again, sustainability? Because if we look at it scientifically, in India, the month of Shravan, or the monsoon, is where there's a lot of weather changes. You have the rains, it can be very turbulent, you can have floods, you can have storms, and so it's not very stable. And to give the nature a sort of rest, and not to really tax the nature, we Hindus fast. It's just like how in Christianity, you have the Lent and you fast, and traditionally, because Lent is like after Christmas, between Christmas and what you call or Easter. If you see the calendar, it will be the time, winter time, where nothing really grows. Then you have the Ramadan in the Muslims, where the Muslims also fast. So if you look at it, all the religions just have the same structure, where they say where the time is either like in India, where the weather is not exactly appropriate. You don't have really too many crops, or where you want to give the animals, or in case of Hindus, most Hindus, if they ever eat meat, it was actually traditionally only fish, or in North India, in the Kashmir, some other meat. But basically, it was like to give the sea rest, so that the fish breed in the month of monsoon. so that the breeding season is kept, so that when the fish get the chance to breed, then you won't be eating fish, you will be fasting, and also the crops, so that way you give nature a break, so that sustainability is kept for the next year, for the year to come. I hope that we people also take this, and fasting itself is a very healing and a very good thing. People talk about intermittent fasting, there's autophagy and ketosis and all kinds of things. I won't go into it. So, this is like the short explanation behind it. So, today being the Shravan Somvar, for us, Chitrapur Saraswat Brahmins, and I myself belong to the Kaundanya Gotra. So, the Kaundanya Gotra is one of, we are the lineage of Rishi Kaundanya, and we are the ones, my ancestors built the Mangeshi temples. For us, Shiva is our Ishtadev, he's our Kuladev, and Mangeshi looks like this. So, Mangeshi temple is in Goa, and Mangeshi is one of the what you call the avatars, or one of the representations of Shiva. Um, and for my mother, this was a very, very important day. My neighbor used to have a very beautiful Shiva puja and a ceremony, and my mother would go there and attend, and they would be fasting. And so it was a very, very touching thing. And today, my neighbor, the one who did it, she said, "Oh, Trupti, I miss your mother today because we thought about her, and she would always come every year for the first day, the Shravan Somvar. So every Monday she would go there, but today is the first one. So I thought of doing this." Edition. Now I'll try my best. I'm not a trained singer, but I'll try to sing this beautiful composition of Adi Shankaracharya, the Shiva Panchakshara Stotram. नागेन्द्रहाराय त्रिलोचनाय भस्माङ्गरागाय महेश्वराय नागेन्द्रहाराय त्रिलोचनाय भस्माङ्गरागाय महेश्वराय नित्याय शुद्धाय दिगम्बराय तस्मै नकाराय नमः शिवाय मन्दाकिनी सलिलचन्दन चर्चिताय नन्दीश्वर प्रमथनाथ महेश्वराय मन्दारमुख्य बहु पुष्पसुपूजिताय तस्मै मकाराय नमः शिवाय शिवाय गौरीवदनाब्जवृन्दा सूर्याय दक्षाध्वरनाशकाय श्रीनीलकण्ठाय वृषध्वजाय तस्मै शिकाराय नमः शिवाय वसिष्ठकुम्भोद्भवगौतमार्य मुनीन्द्रदेवार्चितशेखराय चन्द्रार्कवैश्वानरलोचनाय तस्मै वकाराय नमः शिवाय यक्षस्वरूपाय जटाधराय पिनाकहस्ताय सनातनाय दिगम्बराय तस्मै यकाराय नमः शिवाय पञ्चाक्षमदि पञ्चाक्षरमिदं पुण्यं यः पठे शिवसन्निधौ शिवलोकमवाप्नोति शिवेन सह मोदते. So that was my humble attempt. I will put the original song sung by M.S. Subbalakshmi in the description box so that you can really enjoy the original version and you can see how bad I am. Or yeah. So now I'll read you the meanings of the five, the Panchakshara. So the first paragraph is the first letter where you say, for example, Nagendra Haraya Trilochanaya Bhasmanga Ragaya Maheshwaraya Nityaya Shuddhaya Digambaraya Tasmai Nakaraya. So Om Namah Shivaya. So Nakaraya, the first syllable or the first letter, Karaya Namah Shivaya. So the meaning is my salutations to the letter Na, which is Shiva, who wears as garland this king of snakes, who has three eyes, who wears ash, who covers himself with ash, who is the greatest Lord, who forever, who is the cleanest, and who wears the four directions themselves as dress. Now, three eyes that also represents the fire, earth, and fire, earth, and water, I guess. I'll have to check that, sorry. Then the second paragraph is my salutations to the letter Ma, Nama, which is Shiva, who is bathed by the waters of the Ganges or Ganga, who applies sandal paste all over him, who has Lord Nandi as his chieftain, his Vahan, like how you have your BMW or your whatever car. Shiva has Nandi, who is the greatest Lord and who is worshipped with mandaram and many other flowers. So that's one of the flowers. So my salutations to the letter Shi. This is the third verse, which is Shiva, who is peace personified, who is like the sun to the lotus face of Gauri, who destroyed the fire sacrifice of Daksha, who has a blue neck and who has a bull in his flag. So bull is obviously Nandi, and fire sacrifice of Daksha, just to get into it, Daksha is the father of Parvati, and when Daksha had this fire ceremony, he did not invite his daughter Parvati. So Parvati insisted on going. So Shiva said, "No, we're not invited, so we don't go there, to this fire ceremony party." So Shakti or Parvati, she said, "No, I will go there." At that time, her name was Shakti or Sati. So she said, "No, I'm going." So he said, "No, but then I won't come." So she went alone, and she thought, okay, her father is going to give her a warm welcome and is going to, because she married against the wishes of her father. She married Shiva, and Daksha didn't want his daughter Sati to marry Shiva. He wanted her to marry someone else. So there was love marriage even those days, right? So Shiva's was a love marriage. Um, yes, and Sati, she, because she was so angry that he did not welcome her, and he was actually quite nasty to her. So there are two versions. One version says that she self-immolated. She became so hot that she just burnt herself down to fire. Some others say that she jumped into the fire ceremony fire so that she could, self-immolate, because she was so, there was so much anger in her that he insulted her and her husband, and for her everything, Shiva is everything. So okay, now the second last verse, the fourth verse, my salutations to the letter Va, which is Shiva, who is worshipped by the greatest sages like Vasishta. All you yogis know the Vasishtasana, Agastya, Gautama, and also the Devas, who has the sun, moon, and fire as his three eyes. So there you are, sun, moon, and fire. Now it's clear. And then my salutations to the letter Ya, which is Shiva, who takes the form of Yaksha, who has tufted hair, who is armed with a spear, that is the Trishula. Um, who is forever filled with peace, who is godly, who is the great God, and who wears the directions themselves as a dress. So that is Nama Shivaya, the five letters. And the Phalastuti, which is like when you recite this, what benefits do you have? Phala is what are the fruits that you get. So the Phalastuti means he who recites the Panchakshara, the five holy letters, um, near Shiva will attain the abode of Shiva and enjoy eternal bliss. So that is what Adi Shankaracharya wants to tell us in his beautiful Shiva Panchakshara Stotram. So that's it from me today, and I hope you enjoyed this. Please like, share, and subscribe to my channel, and spread this word. And for more Trupti in life, tune into Yes Yoga Earth Stories and press the bell icon so that you get notified, because I'm still very I don't have a schedule. I just do it very impulsively. Stay happy and healthy. Bye bye.